Welcome to Wisdom '07 Television, a channel for wisdom with educational spirit. Today we are with Jean Jacques Rousseau, a Suisse-born philosopher, writer, and political theorist who influenced many areas of thoughts during Enlightenment era. His political philosophy was the social contract that spread the ideal of the will of people and a society governed by people rather than a central authority. Let pass through his wisdom. Truth is an homage that the good man pays to his own dignity. There are always four sides to a story. Your side, their side, the truth, and what really happened. I prefer liberty with danger than peace with slavery. Trust your heart rather than your head. People in their natural state are basically good, but this natural innocence, however, is corrupted by the evils of society. Freedom is the power to choose our own chains. Insults are the arguments employed by those who are in the wrong. The freedom of mankind does not lie in the fact that can do what we want, but that we do not have to do that which we do not want. Those people who treat politics and morality separately will never understand either of them. The money you have gives you freedom. The money you pursue enslaves you. What wisdom can you find that is greater than kindness? By doing good, we become good. Why should we build our happiness on the opinions of others when we can find it in our own hearts? People who know little are usually great talkers, while men who know much say little. It is hard to prevent oneself from believing what one so keenly desires. Once you teach people to say what they do not understand, it is easy enough to get them to say anything you like. Man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. The falsification of history has done more to impede human development than any one thing known to mankind. One can buy anything with money except morality. No one is happy unless he respects himself. Plants are shaped by cultivation and men by education. We are born weak. We need strength. We are born totally unprovided. We need aid. We are born stupid. We need judgment. Everything we do not have at our birth and which we need when we are grown is given us by education. All kinds of frankness and honesty are terrible crimes in the eyes of society. There is a period in life when we go backwards as we advance. In a well-governed state, there are few punishments, not because there are many pardons, but because criminals are rare. It is when a state is in decay that the multitude of crimes is a guarantee of impunity. The mind grows narrow in proportion as the soul grows corrupt. Remorse sleeps during prosperity, but awakes bitter consciousness during adversity. Girls must be thwarted early in life. Reason deceives us, conscience never. Those that are most slow in making a promise are the most faithful in the performance of it. The greatest braggarts are usually the biggest cowards. It is too difficult to think nobly when one thinks only of earning a living. I have never believed that man's freedom consisted in doing what he wants, but rather in never doing what he does not want to do. Do you not know that a child badly taught is farther from being wise than one not taught at all? Free people, remember this maxim. We may acquire liberty, but it is never recovered if it is once lost. The animals you eat are not those who devour others. You do not eat the carnivorous beasts. You take them as your pattern. You only hunger for the sweet and gentle creatures which harm no one, which follow you, serve you, and are devoured by you as the reward of their service. Slaves lose everything in their chains, even the desire of escaping from them. The world of reality has its limits. The world of imagination is boundless. Civilization is a hopeless race to discover remedies for the evils it produces. Socrates dies with honor, surrounded by his disciples listening to the most tender words, the easiest death that one could wish to die. Jesus dies in pain, dishonor, mockery, the object of universal cursing, the most horrible death that one could fear. At the receipt of the cup of poison, Socrates blesses him who could not give it to him without tears. Jesus, while suffering the sharpest pains, prays for his most bitter enemies. If Socrates lived and died like a philosopher, Jesus lived and died like a god. The money that we possess is the instrument of liberty. That which we lack and strive to obtain is the instrument of slavery. The people is never corrupted, but it is often deceived. Take from the philosopher the pleasure of being heard, and his desire for knowledge ceases. Liberty may be gained, but can never be recovered. The person who has lived the most is not the one with the most years, but the one with the richest experiences. The only moral lesson which is suited for a child, the most important lesson for every time of life is this: never hurt anybody. To be sane in a world of madman is in itself madness. Do not base your life on the judgments of others. First, because they are as likely to be mistaken as you are, and further, Because you cannot know that they are telling you their true thoughts. Temperance and labor are the two best physicians of man. Labor sharpens the appetite, and temperance prevents from indulging to excess. Supreme happiness consists in self-content. The first person who, having enclosed a plot of land, took it into his head to say, "This is mine," and found people simple enough to believe him was the true founder of civil society. What crimes, wars, murders, what miseries and horrors would the human race have been spared had someone pulled up the stakes or filled in the ditch and cried out to his fellow men? Do not listen to this impostor. You are lost if you forget that the fruits of the earth belong to all, and the earth to no one. Trust your heart rather than your head.